Hey guys, it is MissSimReno. If you are returning to the channel, welcome back. And if you're brand new, I am so excited that you decided to join me here today for another speed build. And today we're building another home in Chestnut Ridge because despite putting up a few builds that were outside of this world and not with the new pack over the past few weeks, I'm still very much so focused on this world and everything that this pack has to offer. I really like this pack. I'm having a load of fun, especially with my LP Wrangler. If you have not checked it out, I'm just gonna give myself a shameless plug and say that you should. But yeah, anyway, we are building a family home today using only horse ranch and base game. Now I was working off of an image that I found on either Google Images or Pinterest. I cannot remember which because honestly, I use them both pretty interchangeably and pretty often. But I was seeing this every single time I looked up like horse ranch house or like ranch house or something like that. I would find a little cabin that quite literally just had two little dormers here and it was a square. Like it was a square or rectangle, very simplistic, nothing really to it. And I was thinking to myself, well, that's a very simple shape. I can do that, but how do I make it a little bit more fun? I don't know. So I tried using platforms to make stairs. That was the amount of fun that I had. Like, that's what I did. It's really not that exciting, but that's what I ended up doing. And I did spend a lot of time on the exterior, probably more time than I did on the interior. It might not seem like it. It might be pretty balanced when we look at kind of the final product of this video. I don't really know. But yeah, I spent a lot of time on the exterior. It took me probably about, this is going to sound kind of nuts to you guys, but it took me about a week to work through it. And let me explain why. First, I was trying to do a modern extension because I've been seeing a lot of builds with this pack where people have done modern extensions onto more traditional farmhouses and things like that, because this pack kind of allows that. We've got assets that allow us to do that, hence me trying to use those windows over there. Just keep that in mind. I tried, I really did, but I really didn't like how it looked, and I was also trying to attach a barn towards the back, like a stable towards the back for at least a single horse, and that was fine, but I just didn't know how to do that and make the, I'm gonna say make the roofing work. I don't know how to really articulate like what my problem is, but the roofing on the stable not necessarily meshing into the primary build is what bothered me. I don't know how to articulate this. I'm just gonna stop before I sound really silly. But anyway, this is pretty much the shape that we end up keeping. I just get rid of the modern windows because I didn't like them. I wanted to make that a kitchen, and with those big windows, it was going to be difficult to like lay down the cabinets and the countertops and stuff. I just knew they were going to overlap. And since I used platforms to make stairs out front, I knew I was going to have to raise the inside like platform area, like the living spaces and stuff. I knew I was going to have to raise that up too, just to kind of make everything match. I don't know. There was too much going on in my head. It just didn't make much sense to me until I just got to the inside and figured it out. But yeah, off camera, I did get rid of those modern windows. I just added the other windows that we got with this pack and started on the landscaping. And again, this is just base game and horse ranch. I made sure of that when I was using all of these debug landscaping items as well. However, I'm going to say this, okay? All right, I'm going to say this. There is one item in here that is from Outdoor Retreat. Now what you can do is when you save a lot to your library, you can then check to see what packs it used, and if you click on the pack icon, you can see what items were used from said pack, okay? I did that. It showed nothing. It showed a square with a red X through it and no item. So maybe it was a tree that also has some kind of marker for Outdoor Retreat. I don't know, but if you download this and you don't have any other packs other than Horse Ranch and Base Game, which is Base Game free to play? I don't know. If you only have Horse Ranch, you're good to go downloading this pack. I promise there is going to be nothing missing. I worked my butt off trying to figure out what it was even picking up, and I couldn't figure it out. Now, I will also say I didn't make this decision until I got onto the interior. So what I did is I added like some corbels and stuff from Cottage Living, but I end up getting rid of those when I went back through before I saved it to my own library and checked the pack usage. I got rid of everything that wasn't base game or horse ranch. So I did my due diligence, and I hope you trust me in that regard. I don't know how else to put it. But we were on the interior, and this is my first attempt. I disliked it so much. I really did. I did not like it. I keep the layout, but I just didn't like the color scheme that I was choosing. It felt like I had done it 3 or 4 times with this pack before, so I didn't like that. So I decided to bring in some color instead of just this singular wood tone throughout the entire thing. Because I was trying to also use a different swatch of the couch, and I don't recall if I ended up doing that, but I did use this floor from Base Game, and then I end up using I think it's technically considered a wallpaper, but it's got paneling near the bottom. I didn't use this gray swatch. I end up using like a darker blue swatch. And I believe this is new. I think they added this when they added the ability to paint ceilings and stuff. They added swatches to a couple doors. They added swatches clearly to like the painting or the wall painting, wall coverings or whatever. I was shooketh. I was very happy. I love this blue, and I tried to use that to bring in lighter blues and foam greens and some cream colors and stuff just to play around with color with this new pack, because we do have a lot of items that are colorful, and I have not played around with them very much. I've gone with either the cream wood tones, the dark wood tones, and maybe touches of pink. That's like as colorful as I've gotten, and that's not a lot. It's not significant, I promise. But this is going to be the living space. It's huge, and it is entirely open to the kitchen and dining space, which I really, really liked. I didn't think there was going to be another way to break apart the floor plan, at least that I could figure out, especially with the stair placement and trying to figure out a floor plan up on the second floor. And I wanted entrance to the stable towards the back. So it was a little bit rough. I kind of had to figure it out off camera. Again, this contributed to me trying to figure out this build. I think it took me a couple days to figure out the floor plan, which you're probably looking at it, you're like, what floor plan? You put up like one singular wall, and you would be correct. I really didn't separate the downstairs that much, but I liked it. It was very open, and I'm starting to get more comfortable with open floor plans. You know who's really good at them? My dear friend Rachel Ped. If you haven't seen her videos for whatever reason, whatever excuse you want to give me, yeah, you should go do that. She is like the queen of open floor plans. I don't understand it. I can't conceptualize them like if my life depended on it, but she always does it, especially in apartments and stuff. I don't know. She's incredible. Go check her out. But yeah, the living room is actually almost done. Since it's so open, I did have a little bit of space to play around with. And then we end up moving on to the kitchen and the dining room, which aside from the living room is my favorite part of this entire house. I don't know what it is, but I just love it. Maybe it's because I raised the platforming, I want to say at least once, maybe twice for the living room. And then the kitchen and dining is sunken a little bit. So maybe it's because it's a higher wall height and it just gives more depth to the room. I'm trying to unpack my brain here. I don't know. That could be why. It could be why I like it so much. But yeah, I just really enjoyed the living space too. I did find that even with Horse Ranch, it was challenging for me to decorate the walls or to find some other miscellaneous decorations here and there. It was a little bit difficult. I would really have liked maybe more plants. I mean, I'm biased. I always want more plants. But I would have loved some more plants with Horse Ranch. I think it could have called for some different ones. I don't know. A lot of the ones that we got seem very similar. Maybe that's just me. But we are working on the kitchen now, and I love the kitchen and dining, like I said. I did use a combination of countertops and cabinets, and I loved using these green ones so much. The wood on the countertop itself matches the cabinets, hence why I paired them together. But I thought it was nice because I used the green. We've got like the blue wall paneling in the living space and a lot of blue accents. And I believe for the kitchen and the dining, I think at the dining table, I used a combination of the blue swatch and the brown swatches, or one of the brown swatches of the chairs. I don't know. I was trying to play with color, but not go too vibrant. I wanted things to still be pretty complementary. I didn't want it to look loud. Is that fair to say? I'm at a loss for words today. You know what it is, everybody. You know what it is. Today, as I record this, it is August 19th. Okay? I haven't done a voiceover now. Aside from my LP, that's a different kind of voiceover. That's more storytelling and all that stuff. But aside from my LP, I don't think I've done a voiceover in like 2 weeks now. And that might not seem like a long time, but it really is. I feel like I am exercising some muscles that I haven't used in a long time. I don't know what to talk about. And to be completely frank, I should have watched this footage back before I did the voiceover because I'm forgetting a lot. This is what it's like. If you're wondering, just because someone does YouTube, it does not mean they have any idea what they're doing. It also doesn't mean that they're organized and professional in their organization of their content in any capacity, because your girl isn't at all. Anyway, I talked through the entire kitchen and dining. I added a ton of clutter from base game because we do have a lot from base game. I think that's very complimentary to kind of like this farmhouse style, this ranch style, which I really, really liked. I added a few, like, I was going to say hampers, wardrobes. They're wardrobes over near the door because that door leads out directly into the stable. I think there are maybe a few platform steps just to kind of play around with that dimension a little bit. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. I just really like it. I like the open floor plan. I like this little hallway area that I made. I just put the, I think it's the grandfather clock from base game. There's like an armchair. There really aren't too many decorations here. There's a mirror as well. And then there's also a bathroom downstairs. And I want to say it's a full bathroom. Actually, it's a bathroom with the bathtub that came from Horse Ranch and the shower that came from Horse Ranch. So there's 2 places for your Sims to bathe. And then there's, you know, of course, a toilet and a sink and stuff like that. So I guess I'd call that a full bathroom. I don't know. Is that considered a full bathroom? Because a 3/4 bath is only with a shower. But this is a shower and a tub, but it's not a shower tub combo. I'm going to call it a full bathroom. Anyway, the sink is under the window because I thought that was really nice, but that means the mirror is over to the side. So you can move that if you want. I just liked the sink being centered, but that is pretty much it for the bathroom. There's like a nice stone, like flagstone floor in the bathroom as well. And then we do move on to the stable, which I struggled to lay out. And that is because the hay beds are so big, because horses are so big. Like, let's just be honest. They're big, okay? It was a little bit tough. I didn't know what to do. And I also I realized that I had that little like 2-tile bump right there off to the side. I think I ended up walling it off because I was like, this just looks silly. I'm just gonna make it flush with the rest of the wall. I need coffee or sleep or something. I don't know what it is. Anyway, this is where I put the hay bed. And again, I was just trying to figure out exactly how I was going to like fence things in, wall things in. I ended up not using the fencing because when you're using platforms, it raises to that same height. Like, it was really frustrating for me. That's one thing with platforms I wish didn't happen. I wish that it would... Let me see if I can explain this. So the lowest platform point, I wish that if you dragged a fence across the lowest platform point, like going up steps that maybe are platforms, that it would all just be the same level. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. But I ended up making it work. Is it a little bit awkward? Yeah, but I kind of didn't care that much. I thought it worked for what I was going for, and it was a big enough space. And that was what I was really worried about, is just having enough space for the hay bed and, of course, the other horse necessities like having a water trough and a feeder and stuff like that. I did use one of these decals from Horse Ranch. I was thinking that was probably like the name of their little tiny ranch. I don't even know if you'd really call this a ranch, but maybe they provide feed or something to the community. Maybe they have a small business that they kind of run, I suppose, out of their ranch. I don't know. I also went back and added these wood-burning stoves to, I think, the stable and then just the kitchen. I thought that was kind of a nice touch. I don't believe I brought any upstairs, but let me tell you, I haven't had a wood-burning stove in my own house, but I have known people with wood-burning stoves in their houses. And when you have like a pellet or a wood-burning stove in your basement, that is going to heat up pretty much your whole house. I guess it depends on how big your house is and everything like that. And if you have like a vent system, I don't know. There's some things, but if you have a wood-burning stove, that's going to heat up your entire house. You need like one. It's kind of amazing. And that was my thought process, is you didn't have to have them upstairs. You could just have one outstairs. Speaking of that, we are actually up onto the second story. We are trying to work out the floor plan. I did have the floor plan. You saw it temporarily. I had worked out the floor plan off camera and took a picture of it so I wouldn't forget. So you saw it temporarily pop up on the screen because that was me being like, what the heck did I do? How did I do this? Let me revisit what the heck I did. And this is what I came up with. So it is a technically it's a 2-bedroom. It could be a 3-bedroom, which amazed me. I didn't think I could do that, but it could be a 3-bedroom. It's technically a 2-bedroom. And then there's an additional full bathroom upstairs. I didn't think I could do that in a simple rectangle house like this, especially with the dormers. I think they always kind of cause a problem with, what am I trying to say, floor planning. But this is the primary bedroom. It's not heavily decorated just because with Horse Ranch and Base Game combined, even with those combined, we don't have a ton of decorations that I would typically put in a bedroom. So I kept it very simply decorated. And then over here actually ends up being an office where I just put the light. But then I decided, let me at least work on the kids' room. So this is for a family of, it could be 3 or 4 Sims. You could have 2 parents and then there's 2 kids as well. And the kids do have bunk beds, so they share a room. However, if you wanted to expand, if you had a family that wanted to go ahead and have another child or something like that, you could get rid of that office and turn it into another bedroom as well. And I would imagine that most kids, even if they share a room when they are kiddos, likely don't want to share a room by the time they're teenagers. So this house offers a bit of flexibility. Maybe one of the kiddos is going to move into the other room when they become teens. I don't know. It's a thought. It's a weird shaped room as well, so I did kind of struggle with how to decorate it, but I ended up liking what I came up with. They do have a desk so they can do their homework and stuff. They've got a bookshelf over here, just a little like armchair. I was going to try to add some toys like the new dollhouse that we got, but I didn't even bother. If you want to add it, you can add it, but I just didn't like it anywhere. I knew it wasn't going to fit in their room, and downstairs in the living space, it might look a little bit cramped. I had to size it down a lot, so I just added a few decorations here in their room. I did use, I want to say, a couple of the new rugs as well from Horse Ranch. I think I did. I think I combined 2 of them, if my memory is serving me correctly, which I thought was nice. I like the rugs that we got that are pretty kid themed with this pack, like the little sheep and stuff. I thought it was so cute. I used the same rug twice, but I just kind of put it under different pieces of furniture. Of course, added the nightlight. We've got a clump of clay, which I never put down, so the kids can play with that. I don't know. It's something. And then I just tried to find more decorations, and then we decorate this little office, which has a desk from Horse Ranch. And then I just have an armchair, and I think, yeah, just the bookcase and like a computer and stuff like that. It's not a heavily decorated office either. And let me also just say, I'm not over the fact that we can paint the ceilings. It looks so good in screenshots. I didn't realize how much I disliked the plain white ceilings in screenshots until we could paint the ceiling and I started actually getting the ceiling in screenshots. I thought it looked so good. But now we're back on the exterior again, trying to work out more of the landscaping because I've really struggled with landscaping in this world. I think in my first few builds, I was like, yeah, it's kind of easy. I don't feel the need to over landscape, which is true. But trying to use Base Game and Horse Ranch together in this world was challenging for the landscaping for me. But now we're working on the backyard. So again, the stable here leads right out to the back. I did use this paddock fence from the Horse Ranch pack as well, and I fenced off the entire backyard. I kind of put it at an angle here, tried to use more debug items, and I want to say that there is a set of monkey bars for the kids. There is the barrel training object for horses. We've got a telescope from Base Game, and then I think we have like a picnic table and the grill I put on the back porch. I'm just trying to think of the activities that I actually put in the backyard because we are a little bit limited with these 2 packs. It's probably very horse focused, or you've got like planter boxes and stuff, which I know I included. And I did separate these 2 spaces. So there's kind of like the horse training space over there. And then over here is where like the monkey bars are, the gardening plots. We have a fire pit. There we go. I believe that's Base Game. Please tell me that's Base Game. Yes, it is. I checked it. Duh, it is Base Game. We're fine. Okay, anyway, that's pretty much it for the build. I am going to leave you all here. I really, really hope that you enjoyed this one. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts, and I will catch you next time I post a video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.